Hello, everyone. This is Patricia, and I hope everyone had a very nice Thanksgiving. We're going to move into how a narcissistic personality links up with a person who is displaying the signs of codependency. And let's see how that is such a match made in heaven. Before I forget, please don't hesitate to find me on YouTube. I'm excited to tell you I am now there with what's called a Slice of Peace with Patricia. So if you have missed any of my previous videos on the Instagram, you can certainly now go on over and see me on YouTube. Alrighty, let's make some definitions now. Remember that the narcissistic personality disorder primarily focuses on his own needs and wants. Adversely, the codependent personality has a difficult time identifying his or her wants and needs, and generally is looking outward for outward approval, for love, for reassurance, and security. So you can see how the codependent personality pours herself right into the narcissistic dysfunction. He's looking for someone to take care of him, and she is looking for someone to take care of. So some of the signs and traits that we have learned over the years through the work of Melody Beattie in her groundbreaking book, Codependency No More, which was written back in 1986, tells us a lot about the codependent personality. She or he is always hoping and wishing and nagging and praying and coercing, even manipulating the other guy to change. She wants more or better for that individual, and she goes about it in a very covert way. Through her constant, perhaps nagging or manipulation, or suggestions, or rescuing, or enabling, or picking up all the messy pieces, she tries to get the individual, the narcissist, to change. Of course, what she doesn't or he doesn't understand is that day will probably never come. What are some of the other traits that we know about codependency? They have a difficult time in relationships and a difficult time communicating their needs, because after a while they have no clue what those needs really are. They become almost invisible inside of this very dysfunctional relationship because all of the energy and focus is always on the narcissist. So the codependent begins to lose ground and not understand who or what he or she is, what their needs are, what their wants are. She is or he 100% focused on the other guy. So over time, her needs are not listened to, her boundaries are crossed over, she loses the respect of usually the partner, and she becomes very lost in this relationship. And this can take time, years, or even just through, months of dating. But eventually, her sense of self is being slowly eroded away. The codependent also has living in a very dysfunctional and at times abusive relationship, has low self-esteem. She doesn't really know how to take care of herself because once again she's lost sight of what's really important to her. So she will give up her friends, she will give up her career, she'll give up her financial independence. She'll do just about anything to make the narcissist happy. And unfortunately, this is called the codependent dance. So the codependent is constantly giving, and then builds up resentment. And that's the dance of the codependent. It never works out very well for her or him. And certainly the narcissist is once again on the prowl looking for another supply, someone else who can adore him, worship him, and fulfill all of his needs with very little interest or care of fulfilling his partner. So you can see how destructive this relationship can be, and Really, the only way out is truly through programs. There are 12-step programs for codependency, and they're called CODA, whereby that first step is admitting that you are powerless over another person and that your life has become unmanageable. There's also, of course, a therapy, which I highly recommend, and a lot of group support. It takes time for the codependent to identify what she needs, what she isn't getting, and to stop seeking approval, from other people, including her boss, her friends, her family, and certainly her partner. So this is developed over a long period of time, and once again, we know that most of this dysfunction begins early in childhood, where the child has been either neglected, pushed aside, sometimes abused, and really has a loss of self. So in order to regain who she is or he is, because this does cross both genders, we have to pull away the relationship for a while and have the codependent take a look at who she is and really what her goals are for her life and what's missing in the relationship, and see if we can't help restructure how she sees herself and begin to build a stronger self-esteem foundation. I believe that all help is available and that change is available, especially for our codependents, but it's going to take time and it's going to take work, and she's going to have to make some perhaps drastic changes in her relationship. Certainly setting new boundaries for herself, being able to reconnect with old friends and family members, focusing a lot of time on her own needs and her own goals and wants is pivotal in order for her to recover. So once again, please don't hesitate to read Codependent No More by Melanie Beattie and get some help. It's available. It is out there in therapy and in 12-step meetings, and certainly one-on-one counseling with a therapist. I hope this has been helpful. We're going to continue to talk about codependency because it's pretty rampant, and we see it in a lot of our support people, our nurses, our teachers, certainly our mothers, a lot of our females that are in the caregiving business. Sometimes they lose themselves, and that's not a healthy thing because they stop taking good care of themselves and focus primarily outward on other people. And we want to be able to really reach out and help those women and men who find themselves at a loss. You are not going to change anyone except yourself. So if this dysfunctional partnership with a narcissist is coming to a peak, then it's time to really take a hard look at that relationship and see if that's really something that you're able to stay in comfortably and get your own needs met. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to come back again next week and continue to talk about codependency. I think it's a very important topic, and I'll have more for you in terms of how to cope and how to identify. Are you codependent? All right, this is Patricia once again. Mental health does matter. Please find me on the YouTube at A Slice of Peas with Patricia. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.